Looking forward to showing you the top of this building we just purchased here recently. The bottom part was an attorney's office for over 50 some years. Up here, we have seen a number of different possibilities that it was different stores. We do know a dentist was up here. We'll see that in a few moments. But as we walk through and look at the size of these doors and the woodwork, one thing that amazes me is how it has survived all these years without this woodwork being painted. I know that a lot of the projects we do, whether it's something that we're doing for a rental, whether it's offices, the woodwork really matters, the trim does. It can run a lot of money. When I see something like this and I see the curved woodwork that's going along the bottom, it just amazes me at the workmanship and just the detail that there was. These are plaster walls. We have a lot of damage to the ceilings in here. You're going to see a lot of places where to get the heat from one room to another room, back in the day on these big buildings like this, you would have where they would just cut holes. Of course, you didn't have air conditioning back then. You just had the heat. This was a place that would only be able to rent to very skinny people. We're not going to be able to get a good look into here because someone installed a screen door on this bathroom, but it doesn't open. You have a sink, a toilet, and the bathtub, but as you get a chance to look at that, it's extremely tight quarters in there. At some point, the decision was made to not use the upstairs, and so then what they did was they installed the furnaces in middle of rooms, which we'll be taking out. This goes to the outside. What's interesting is this is one of those places where you had one of those, it appears, all framed in for the glass windows that we're seeing other places. So maybe they had skylights at one time. You're not going to probably be able to see this in quite the detail I'd like you to be able to, but this is where a couple of different floors are coming down. It's dropping about a foot. Not quite sure why that took place, but this side's sloping down and then this side is coming down, but it was planned. And everything upstairs here, the floors have looked very good as far as not a lot of bad spots in them. There is a stairwell that comes from the downstairs here that goes into an office and then out to the main door. And so this is a really nice wide stairwell. This, what we're getting ready to walk into, at one time was definitely a dentist office, as indicated on one of the windows. This room is incredible. What's nice about knowing these walls will not be, there'll be walls we'll be able to remove. They're not going to be load-bearing walls. But again, you have where something was mounted, a chair of some sort, and then you have 3 windows in this room. One of them that's looking out towards the square and being able to see mods and the courthouse, out that way. So very good views. I think what would be really nice up here is some apartments that would be very nice to be able to put up here and have nice high ceilings, a lot to work with. You see some very strange things in buildings that I don't know why they're up here, but then you have a window. Again, you have a place where they let the heat go through, so that's not what that would have been for. So I'm not exactly sure why that window was put in there. Again, you have a drop ceiling that's in here a little ways, so that's the reason why you see the electrical that's in the ceiling, is because it's not in the actual original ceiling, it's in a drop ceiling. This here is quite the apparatus that was hanging up here at one time, and again, this is from the dental company, and so this would have had your different gases. And these are your copper lines that were running out of it. It says Ritter Dental Manufacturer Company, Rochester, New York, with a patent number on there. So this is the upstairs of 203 East Broadway. We're very excited about the possibilities up here. We want to hear from you. Also, what you think could be up here. We believe it could be apartments. It could be a lot of different things to be able to serve Monmouth better. We have a lot of work to do. This will be starting probably about midsummer to the end of the summer before we get to this. We also have the windows inside facing a hallway. incredible windows. You know, as we look at this building, I can't get over the woodwork, I can't get over the wood floors, and also the amount of windows that we have. Very excited about this space.